All right, let's talk about a huge, costly problem that happens in any fast-moving job. How those brilliant, fleeting ideas just vanish before we can do anything about them. In this explainer, we're going to show you how to turn that problem into an incredibly powerful system for strategic intelligence. So let's dive in.
Okay, picture this. You're in that big, crucial meeting, the quarterly review. The stakes are high, everyone's laser-focused, and you are right there in it, paying close attention to the discussion. And then, bam, a connection sparks in your mind. It's a totally new way of looking at a problem, a question that could literally reframe the entire strategy. It's one of those genuinely game-changing ideas.
But here's the thing. You can't just stop the meeting and tell the CEO to hold on while you run a complex data analysis, right? You can't derail the whole conversation. The timing is all wrong, and that brilliant insight is now super fragile, just moments away from being lost forever.
So, let me ask you a question. Where do your best ideas go to die? Is it a forgotten sticky note? A random line you typed in some document you'll never find again? The truth is, for most of us, they just disappear into the noise of the workday.
And look, this isn't just a small annoyance. Forgetting a great idea has a real, tangible cost. Let's actually break down what you're losing here.
Every single time an insight just fades away, you could be losing a major strategic opportunity. That brilliant solution to a problem that's been bugging everyone? Gone. That deep, valuable analysis that could have completely shifted your team's priorities? It never even gets started. So you end up stuck, just putting out fires, doing reactive work instead of driving a proactive strategy.
But what if there was a better way? What if there was a system designed not just to remember little tasks, but to actually capture strategic thoughts for when you can give them the deep focus they really deserve?
Well, we call this strategic capture. And this isn't just about making another to-do list. No, it's a deliberate process of securing those high-value thoughts so you can do real, focused work on them at the right time.
And this is exactly where the Rebel inbox comes in. You need to think of it less like a to-do list and more like a dedicated queue, a vault for your strategic ideas. It's built to hold on to those complex thoughts that you know you need to execute on later when you actually have time to think. So what does this actually look like in practice? Let's walk through a real-world example and see how an idea travels from just a fleeting insight all the way to actionable intelligence. It's basically a 5-step journey. First, the insight strikes. Second, you capture it instantly. Third, you come back to it during your dedicated focus time. Fourth, you execute the deep work. And finally, number 5, you generate real intelligence. Let's see it in action. So back in that meeting, someone claims pricing is the #1 reason you're losing deals. Your gut tells you it's probably more complicated than that. Instead of letting that thought die, you just say this command. Later that afternoon or maybe the next morning, you've blocked out some real focus time. You open your inbox, and there it is, that high-value strategic question, perfectly preserved, just waiting for you. And this is where the magic happens. You don't have to try and remember the context or reconstruct what you were thinking. You just click execute, and Rebel starts grinding away on that deep analysis you queued up hours ago. And here is the payoff. The analysis comes back, and it's a bombshell. The entire company thought pricing was the big problem, but the data is clear. It's actually missing features. This single piece of intelligence, saved from being forgotten, could literally change your entire product roadmap.
Now, if you want to become a real power user, it's super important to understand one key distinction: the difference between the inbox and the message queue. Using the right tool for the right job is absolutely critical.
Okay, so here's the simple breakdown. The Rebel inbox, that's for strategic work, the big stuff that's going to take hours or even days. These are the big thoughts you need to save for later. The message queue, on the other hand, is for immediate, quick tasks that take minutes, like when you want to chain a few commands while Rebel's already busy. So think of it this way. Inbox is for later, queue is for right now.
And hey, here's a little pro tip to make this all seamless. Use Command or Control plus I to pop open your inbox instantly. And when Rebel's busy and you have another quick thought, just hit Command or Control plus Shift plus Enter to queue it up without interrupting anything. When you really start to integrate this into your daily workflow, the inbox becomes so much more than just a feature. It honestly becomes a reliable, strategic second brain. You don't have to choose anymore between staying focused in the moment and holding on to a valuable long-term idea. You get to do both. You capture it now for powerful strategic execution later on.
At the end of the day, this is all about moving away from scattered notes and forgotten ideas to a truly reliable process. It's about building a machine that consistently converts your moments of inspiration into hard, actionable intelligence.
So, I'll leave you with this to think about. Once you have a system like this in place, what are the big, game-changing strategic questions that you'll finally have the time and the focus to really answer?